shot it 6 times. You let him out. He's still on the loose. You don't know what death is.
Welcome to the Shape of Horror podcast.
Hey everybody, it's Bud, and welcome to the Shape of Horror podcast. Coming at you live, doing an impromptu Halloween Ends video. Had some big news that we weren't expecting happening today. We'll get into that, but first I want to welcome my special guest, Jake Blaster Productions. Jake?
I mean, am I really considered a special guest still?
Well, we're pretty much co-hosts at this point. That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like, a special guest would be like if you had somebody like, I don't know, like John Carpenter on. That would be like a special guest, you know?
All right. Let me rewind it.
Okay, redo it.
Welcome my co-host.
Some asshole.
From the Jake Blaster Productions YouTube channel, Jake Blaster. And Fancy Talk
buddy.
Co-host. We'll let some people stream in here, and then we'll get into the big news of today, man. Today's a big day for me.
Yeah, it's Bud's birthday, everybody. It's Bud's
Yeah,
birthday. Wish him a happy birthday.
Well, that's not why it's a big day. I got to go back to work from my COVID. Finally
Nice.
over
You
COVID.
sound a lot better.
Yeah, I feel a lot better. But yeah, today's my birthday. But Halloween ends trumps all, so that's why we're here.
Yes,
I mean,
and Jamie Lee
can't
Curtis
just celebrate
decided to
a
drop
birthday.
something on your birthday. Jamie Lee Curtis decided to drop a little video. They released a little poster. We're gonna get into all of that and
things.
what it could mean.
So I was expecting. I think a lot of us were expecting that there would be. Like, I think we knew we were kind of getting close to possibly another trailer. I even brought up on some of our other streams that, they may be possibly looking to move the release up. There's vast wasteland between now and October 14th. There's basically nothing coming out in theaters. There's, if you figure, exhibitors, people that show movies in the theater, they would be welcome this movie with open arms.
I don't think they have to move it up though, but I mean it's coming out October 14th. That's middle of the month. I mean that's already like I think they're in a good spot. You know what I mean? We're almost there. We're literally within 2 months of it. So yeah, I just think it's fine where it is, and But what I actually, I mean. So some of the news we're going to talk about today is confirmed, and there's something that we're going to talk about that is rumored. And when we talk about that rumor, I will definitely specify that it is only rumored. It is not fact-based at this point. But obviously, if you guys have been paying attention today, you saw that Jamie Lee Curtis released a little video of herself basically as Laurie. Basically, the video goes on to say this is Jamie Lee Curtis. She's going to be playing Laurie Strode for the last time, and I think that's interesting. I want to get back to that, but the video basically says, it's been the honor of her life to play Laurie Strode. It's going to be one last time, and so the announcement was in that video too that it is going to release on Peacock, on streaming, and in the theater, just like Halloween Kills did last year.
Yeah.
And so, Bud, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, people are. I was. I'm not going to do a standalone video on it. I just, guys, it's coming to streaming. It's coming to the theater. I think that my opinion on all this is just the way movies are going. This is kind of a new thing that started during COVID that I think is just here to stay. You may have some movies that release only in the theater, and you may have some movies that release on both. And I think that's going to be the way to go going forward. Me, I'm old school. I want to see movies were intended to be seen for the first time in the movie theater. It's nice. It's convenient that you can rent it at home and stay at home and watch it on your TV screen. But some movies, like we just saw Top Gun over the summer. That is not a movie that I want to see on my, and I have a big TV.
No.
That's not a movie I want to see on my TV. I want the sound. I want all the bells and whistles. I want my popcorn, And that's just the way that I want to see movies. I won't be. I'll be going to the theater to see this movie. I will not be
Oh yeah.
waiting to see it on on streaming.
Yeah, for
So
me, I'm gonna do it just like I did it last year. I'm gonna go see it in the theater, and then I'll come home and watch it 100 times over the weekend.
yep.
I'll watch all 4 movies in succession probably that Saturday, so
Yep.
I could take the whole saga in as a whole. So that's what I did last year. I started with I went and saw Halloween Kills in the theater, and then I came home. I watched Halloween Kills again on Peacock, and then we got to the weekend. And then I started Halloween 1978, Halloween 2018, then
Yep.
Halloween Kills.
And then we did the Kills watch party. Remember that? We did the Kills watch
yes,
party.
that's right. We did that like a week later.
Yeah.
I guess we could rush out a Kills Ends trivia. I don't know. Do you want to? Maybe we should do a watch party.
We could do it. What we'll talk about it. We could do a trivia or a trivia might be too soon because maybe people haven't. I would say a watch party would be good. But yeah, I mean,
we'll decide later.
yeah, we don't have to decide right now. But I think I don't know. Again, look, I know there are people that like the convenience of just turning the TV on. It's there. For
Mhm.
me, though, I just can't see a movie like this on my TV.
Well, unfortunately, I think this does not bode well for the movie. If they had a good movie, they could let it ride in the theater for a couple of weeks. I think they made the same determination about Halloween Kills. I know we all liked Halloween Kills when we first saw it. It played well for us. A little bit later, maybe some of the luster is worn off, but it wasn't critically well received like Halloween 2018. How I'm talking about Halloween Kills.
It was very all over the place. Yes.
And look at the time. We were coming out of COVID. All the big lockdowns. Theaters were just coming back. So I don't think this time there's really that excuse anymore. Like there's really no other excuse not to release this solely for 2 weeks, 45 days, whatever the standard window is. There's no excuse now to not release it other than maybe it's terrible. And they're just
look. I mean, here's the thing, though. Like, look, it's just put it into perspective. Halloween Kills was not going to make $255 million the way Halloween 2018 did. Halloween 2018 was way over exceeded whatever they thought they were going to do. But Halloween Kills still made $140 million last year. That's not
it did
that for a horror movie. You know what I mean? And Halloween Ends will probably make around the same. Anywhere between 130 and 150 million. I think that's phenomenal for the studio. For the money they put into this, that's phenomenal for the studio. That they couldn't ask for anything more than that. Now, we're gonna get into financially it'll do well. Critically, where's End's gonna fall, and I'm gonna tell you that I really see. I went into 18, I think, with unrealistic expectations. I went into 18 thinking. I just went in thinking this movie could be as good as Halloween 2. This movie really could be that good. They have a chance here to do something special. And when I came out of that movie, I knew immediately that my expectations were not met. I knew that I didn't know how I felt about the movie, which was not a good sign. And Halloween 2018. I mean, I'll disagree with people. I think it's worse than Halloween Kills. I'm sorry. Halloween 2018 is worse than Halloween Kills. At least Halloween Kills, Myers is much better. I mean, he was great. He was great in Halloween 2018, but Myers is badass in Halloween Kills.
It was definitely his movie. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that. And so I'll take Kills over 18 any day, but I lowered my expectations going into the theater for Kills. And because I did that, I think Kills met my expectations. You know what I mean? My expectations were lowered and they were finally met. So I think with this movie, though, I hate to be a pessimist. Everybody in the chat, let me know what you guys think, but I am not expecting anything great here. I just for everything that we know so far, and this is where I want to bring in the rumor, and I heard this today, but there is a rumor that this movie is going to have 2 different endings. Now, this is just a rumor, guys. This is not fact, so don't come at us in the comments. This is just after the fact if you're watching. This is a rumor. If this rumor is true, and it's a big if this rumor is true, so you'd get one ending on streaming, and you'd get one ending on in the theater. If that's true, that tells me that they don't have conviction in an ending. Tells me that they aren't sold on what they've done, and that's very, very concerning to me. And I just, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really, based off of what I saw in 18 and Kills. I'm not expecting them to stick the landing. I hope I'm wrong. I'll go see any Halloween movie when it comes out and hope for the best and hope it's going to be great. If I'm wrong, I want to be proven wrong. I want to come out of Halloween Ends and say, you know what, that movie was really, really good. I hope it happens, but I just don't. I don't see it.
Yeah, that's always why I was kind of down. When they announced the 2 sequels at the same time. They released that. This was what 3 years ago at this point. I always hated that they were going to call one of them Halloween Ends because it just pigeonholes you, puts you in a corner. It gives you, there's no wiggle room there. Obviously, there's going to have to be some kind of end.
Well, and we know it's not the end, but we know the franchise is going to continue. It's not the end of the Halloween franchise. It's the end of Laurie Strode. So that's the other thing I want to bring up. Jamie Lee Curtis pretty much made it clear today that this is the end of Laurie Strode. This is the last time she's going to play Laurie Strode. She's not pulling a Ric Flair here. She is, this is going to be it. This is for her. This is the swan song. And, so, yeah, it's the last movie with Laurie and Michael, with Jamie Lee Curtis playing Laurie, but it's not the last movie in the franchise. We all know that. We all know we're going to get something else, another movie. And that's, so I don't know. I just,
yeah. Yeah, well, we totally glossed over a big part of what happened. So the way the day unfolded, Jamie Lee Curtis over on Instagram posted a photo. It says Final Girl, and it has a picture of Laurie Strode from the movie, and then to the right of her, blurred out, there is a dead body obviously in front of the door. And this is kind of how she clued everybody in that there was something coming today. It said soon, and then dovetailed into her announcement on Twitter that it's going straight to Peacock. And I just don't think it's good news for the movie. Kind of makes me down on it. Of course I'm gonna go see it. I'm not gonna shit all over it prematurely, but it's a real downer. And I really hope that IMAX and Dolby Cinema, they've been promoting that they're going to release it in those formats. I don't understand. I don't, what incentive do they have now to waste their format, their premium format? What incentive do they have to put that out there now?
Well,
people just stay home and watch it on
though.
Peacock.
But here's my thing. What's the rush to release this thing on streaming? Why? Why can't you just let it play in the theater for a week or 2 weeks and then release it?
I know, dude. It's mine.
It's like you're going up against yourself. You know what I mean? You're competing with yourself.
Well, I'm going to give another Universal film that came out in July. Halloween Ends was attached to it. The trailer, and it's Nope. It came out July 22nd.
Yeah.
I went and saw it. It's a great movie. I don't understand.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's not been a very commercially profitable movie. It kind of, I don't want to say bombed, but it didn't. Jordan Peele, he's kind of establishing himself as a filmmaker. Right. He made Get Out, Us. They were commercial successes. Right. Nope, to me, is his best movie that he's made. It's better than Get Out. It's better than, yes. Nope is outstanding movie. There's no politics. It's a sci-fi movie. Really good movie. didn't do good at the box office. But guess what? It's not on streaming yet. Like its box office run is essentially over, and it's not on streaming. And to me, that tells me that Halloween Ends is probably going to be a dumpster fire. The fact that they're rushing it the same day, they're not even going to give it the same time that they gave a good movie in Nope, which I'll explain. Nope, it is Jaws on land.
Well, Shane Emerson says Nope made 133 million on a 68 million.
Okay, so
budget.
that's
60.
That's modest.
That's up. Is that 6.8 or 68?
The $68 million budget. So that's a
that
modest.
That cost 68 million to make.
So if you think, so if you think about how much it costs to make the movie, how much it costs to promote the movie.
So here's the formula. Typically, you want to make 3 times the budget. So if it's near 70 million, you want to make about 200 million. And the fact that they only made 133, that doesn't.
And I looked
well
at
for the movie.
I looked at the box office this past week, and I think it just made just a shade over 4 million. So it's pretty much done in the theater. Like to me, there's no reason why this movie's not on streaming already. That's what I'm saying. So the fact that Halloween Ends isn't even going to get 2 weeks to breathe.
Why? I don't get it, man. I don't understand it. We're not in the pandemic anymore. Things are open everywhere. Why are you competing with yourself? I mean, unless
nobody's moved up yet. I don't see why somebody doesn't.
So wait, on Peacock, if you have Peacock, Plus or Premium or whatever.
It's $4.99, a $5.99 for Peacock, and then there's a $3.99 or $4.99 extra charged for Premium, which puts you at about $9-10.
So $9 or $10, but if you have Premium, then I don't have it, but so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's going to be Premium or on there.
So you don't have to pay once you have Premium. That's it. You'll get to watch the movie. You don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to pay anything. You don't pay $20.
I think that's utterly ridiculous. I cannot believe that they would do that and not give themselves at least a freaking week to run in the theater, or 2 weeks. I mean, that's insane. Why can't they release it on Halloween?
Like why don't they just let it? Exactly, dude. Exactly. So like, I thought that's what they should have done with Kills. Like, yeah.
I don't get it, man. I mean, Kills is different because you had. I mean, here in Florida, where everything was open, so everything's been open.
Well, in Texas here, everything's open. Yeah,
everything's open, but you have certain states, that weren't open all the way when Kills came out. So I understand the logic there, but I don't understand the logic right now. Like, why wouldn't you want people to go see this movie in the theater? Why even give them an option? This is what I don't get. I mean, guys, studios, movies are meant to be seen in the theater. Nobody wants to watch a fucking blockbuster movie or a good horror movie on their TV.
Okay,
unless you have like a home theater in your house, which I don't.
I do.
Well, I'm talking about like a home theater like fucking Leonardo DiCaprio.
Well, I mean, mine's well enough, but okay. Something piqued my interest in the chat, so I'm gonna go to the chat here and introduce Entertainment Wizard. Thanks for tuning in, Allie, always here. Thanks for tuning in. Byron Weaver is here.
What's up,
Nick
guys?
Push, Horror Channel. Poor guy.
Who's that?
Yeah, one of our lowly fans, I guess. Adam Howard is here, but Shane Emerson said something that piqued my interest here. Okay, so he's asking, do you have to pay extra to watch it on Peacock? I'm not going to go out right and say that, but I'm going to guess, the basic service is $5.99, and then they have what's called a premium where they'll withhold some content from the lower tier. But if I remember, that's how they did Kills last year. I think you had to have that premium membership. So
all right, so if
possible.
You have the premium membership, it costs you all of $10 to get the premium membership.
Yes,
right.
Yes, it costs you $10 that month.
So, all right, so then you have access to Halloween Kills or now Halloween Ends, right?
Correct.
You know what I would do? Honestly, you want to put it out on streaming? Fine. You don't want to go to the theater? Fine. I would make it where you have Peacock Premium. you still got to pay $19.99 or $20 to watch it on. You still got to pay for the first, whatever, and then after a month, put it on as a premium. You know what I mean? I don't understand from a business perspective. I don't understand this decision, but I mean, look, they might be smarter than me. I don't know.
So I want
it
to
doesn't make any sense.
Run it back to Byron Weaver. He says, we've talked about the Black Phone before. The Black Phone got an exclusive release in theaters, and then I think it ran 2 or 3 weeks in the theater, and then it came. I think it came to where you could rent it on iTunes and all that, and then I think like a week later it came to Peacock, and you can. So maybe someone can tell me if you have the lower tier, if you can watch. And I know Jurassic Park Dominion is coming to Peacock, I think next week. So I'll be I would say if those two are on the lower tier, I'm gonna guess probably Halloween Ends will be on the lower tier, and you probably may not have to pay extra. That might be the tell, but
I just don't. I don't know. Decision just doesn't make sense to me. Let's see.
Yeah, there's just really no other way to take it that the studio has no hopes for the movie. This was a studio decision for sure, and they've been. People can say all they want about studios. We look at Warner Brothers and some of the decisions that they've made. They've taken movies that were almost made, basically the Batgirl movie, and they're not even going to release it. They're just going to write it off as a tax for tax reasons. So
yeah.
I guess it's good that they didn't do this for Halloween Ends, but.
All right, so Adam Howard says, and this is his comment. He says Halloween is better at home. This isn't Scream 2. Michael isn't going to a theater. He's coming into my house.
That's a good point. Good point.
Hey, I don't know. I just call me old school, call me old fashioned. I just disagree with these movies. I mean, I don't know. These movies are meant to be seen in a fucking movie theater.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
just my opinion. You guys can disagree with me, but I'm sorry. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, again, I get the convenience. I get what they're going for, but and you can still have that. Why do you have to release it at the same time you release it in the theater? I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I probably am already, but whatever. I mean, it's.
Just give it one week. Like to me, a good compromise between the studio and the filmmakers. Because there's another thing. The filmmakers, people, I think his name's Ryan Freeman. He had a tweet. And he said, he wasn't hostile about it, but he said, I prefer seeing movies in theater. And I imagine these people that have worked on this movie and made it and wanted it to be seen in the theater, they're disappointed. And I think a good compromise is just, let's do 2 weeks in the theater, then Halloween night, let's release this thing on fucking Peacock.
So, I'm just reading some comments in the chat. Entertainment Wizard says, finally saw the Black Phone. I would not call it a masterpiece, but I did enjoy it. 7.5 out of 10.
I guess I need to watch it.
You know what I liked about it? I liked that it's set. I like the time period that it's set in, and it basically the movie feels like that time period, very much so. I thought they did a great job with that. Look, it's not. If you're expecting a straight horror movie, it's not that. It's a little bit Silence of the Lambs-y kind of that kind of vibe, but I liked it. I enjoyed it, and Shane excuse me, Shane Emerson says, Jake, I took a page out of your book and watched Orphan First Kill. I'm gonna watch that tonight, by the way, without watching the trailers, and it made the movie a lot better, dude. I'm telling you, man. Shane, these trailers give away way too much, and especially that was my whole thing with the Halloween Ends trailer. And you know what? I was wrong. The Halloween Ends teaser trailer, the minute 16 thing, didn't give away. It did not do what 18 and Kills did. Now, we still have one more trailer still yet to come, I believe.
Yes,
we'll talk
there
about that,
there will be a trailer for Peacock. I'm absolutely positive.
But the one that they released, that minute 16, didn't give away too much. It gave away enough to talk about, but I don't think it gave away too much of the movie. But yeah, Shane, that was when I went and saw the Black Phone without knowing anything. I didn't even know Ethan Hawke was in the movie, to be honest with you. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I really did. Let's see. Byron says, Jake, I wish Halloween Ends was going to Peacock after 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think that's fair, man.
Yeah, I'm with you, Byron. I'm with you, man. I just think that they're competing against themselves.
Or just move this thing up to late September or something, and then release it on Peacock October 14th.
It's got to be it's got to be released in October. It's a fucking Halloween movie.
It's no man's land. There's nothing coming in
some
theaters.
Halloween movies that weren't released in October, but release it October 14th is fine. You know, that's fine. And then what they should have done was, like we said, release the movie in the theater on the 14th and then release it on Peacock on the 31st. That would have been something they could do.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the new poster, and then I'll show that photo that Jamie Lee posted on her Instagram. That shows,
I think we've covered the release of the movie and that stuff. So let's get into the poster. I don't know how you feel about it, Bud. For me, okay.
Let me blow it up here a little bit bigger.
I don't think it's as good as the
Put
Halloween.
It over my
think
face.
I think the Halloween Kills poster is the best poster of the trilogy.
I agree. I agree.
My personal opinion. I actually think the 18 poster is better than this poster.
They just didn't put much care in it. But
I mean, it's nothing earth shattering. I don't know how you guys in the chat feel about it. It's not.
Well, I have it up on the screen, blown up here.
Myers looks great. Obviously, if that's any indication of what we're gonna get in the movie as the mask, it looks.
It looks like they photoshopped the knife that he's holding. It looks like they photoshopped it in there. It's like he's just barely like. I don't know. Myers I don't like the look. He just looks like a fucking Lego. Actually, looks like a Ken doll or something with the house. And I don't know what they're trying to say here with him standing back to back. I don't know what kind of message they're trying to send here. It's just a little weird.
Well, what they're doing with that poster makes me think that it's Michael versus Laurie. But if you read the plot synopsis that came out, it seems like, and you see what everybody else has said about this movie. Nick Castle saying the ending will shock you. Jamie Lee Curtis saying the movie's gonna piss people off. Carpenter saying it's a departure from previous sequels and all this other stuff. That doesn't jive with the poster, at least in my opinion.
This is just a strange marketing, just a lot of weird messaging, and then this poster, it's just strange, man.
I'm not really a huge fan of it. Whatever. Shane says I want one poster with a pumpkin on it. I mean, or just a poster of, or just like, I don't know. How about like what would have been a fucking cool shot is a shot of Myers from behind, like, you know what I'm saying? Just him facing the other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of facing, because we've gotten the him facing, we've seen his face on both of the first two posters. Would have been cool if it was just Halloween Ends with him standing there kind of holding a knife. You know what I mean? Almost like it was a silhouette, but you could tell it was Myers. That would have been cool.
All right, so let me, Jake, have you taken a good look at this photo that Jamie Lee Curtis?
When you sent it to me earlier today. I did look at it.
I didn't notice it at first, and then I went back and looked at it, and there's something in here.
All right, let me hold on, because you sent it to me. Let me.
Yeah. And I put it up on the screen. I made it large here so everybody can see it, and it's very faint in the bottom right-hand corner, in front of the door there. You know, they blurred it out. It's a close-up shot of Laurie.
Oh, okay. Let me see. I see it now. You get it up
here. There's a dead body down there in front of the floor.
That looks like a kid to me. It looks like a guy. I mean, I don't think it's Corey, but it looks like it could be a guy. Yeah, that looks like Who
does that? Who do you guys think? Everybody in the chat. Who do you guys think that is laying in front of the door there, seemingly dead? I think it's Allison.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Allison, but I mean, it could be. I don't know.
Let me move it over. There's a cutout of Allison on this stream here. Let me hold on. Laura. Nope, she's not wearing a white shirt, so maybe that's not her.
I don't
Well, it
think
looks
it's
like a white
Allison.
shirt.
Well, but it could be.
Okay,
I mean, it doesn't have to be. Could be Allison later in the movie. It doesn't have to be that shot that we have on the on the stream. But I mean, I don't know. It's
Yeah,
weird. And then
Video
Jamie's
Shop
just
is
standing there.
Video Shop. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the video. Thanks for tuning in. He says, ridiculous poster. Myers looks too human. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It
Yeah,
just
I
looks
just
like
don't
an
like
action
it.
figure to me.
I just don't like it. Again, I would much rather have. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe that's
I've already said.
Hawkins dead, and I don't know. But Lori looks like
It looks like a kid. It looks like a teenager. It looks like I don't know. But maybe it could be Allison. I don't know, bud. But I mean, I don't think so. I mean,
Lori looks a little haggard here, like all the light that she possibly gained, moving on with her life is just it's gone.
yeah.
It's
I don't
a
know.
very strange image. Doesn't
Yeah,
look like
Video
a final
Shop says
girl
it's
image.
definitely a woman on the floor. I mean, you think so? I don't know.
Would they
just
be
think it
so
looks like-
bold to kill Allison off in this movie?
Well, we talked about that, and here's my thinking on that. If you're not going to make any more movies with this timeline, if this is Halloween Ends and that's the end of Laurie's story, it doesn't have to be. Then if you were going to continue this trilogy, you would have Allison be the torch would be passed. If you're not going to continue this trilogy, which they're not, because they've said this movie is Halloween Ends, and they've gone out to great lengths to tell us that this movie is Halloween Ends, you could definitely kill Allison in this movie. You could definitely kill her.
Yeah. I guess if you call it Halloween Ends, like everything is on the table. So
I'll tell you, that would be shocking to me because I really think that I really thought Allison would make it through this movie. If she dies, that would be a shock.
that would be that would be a good twist, wouldn't it?
Well, that would be a good twist.
Nick Castle talked about, yeah.
And it would also mean that all of Laurie's family is dead.
That would mean that, yes. And then if
You
If,
know?
and then in reverse, if Allison lives and Lori dies, then all of Allison's family's dead. So, like, it could be going that way.
Ooh, that's a good point. Who said that? Somebody. Byron says
could
what
be
if it's
Lindsay. Oh,
what if it's
shit.
Lindsay?
God, I hadn't even considered
Put it back
that.
up there, bud.
All right,
back
let me
up
put it
there.
back up
Can you get
here. There it is. I'm going to give it a few seconds. But yeah, it's back up there. Yeah, I guess, like, I don't know. I mean, God, man, it's such a blurry photo. At least they gave us a morsel here.
It didn't look like a. It didn't look like a woman.
Someone wearing blue
so.
jeans and like a light colored
Blue
shirt and
jeans and it
possibly
looks
has
like
a jacket on or something.
Maybe it is Corey, bud. I don't think so, but maybe it is. Maybe it is.
I don't know. We may watch this back and be like, "Oh, what the fuck were we thinking? Even talking about this?"
It's it's blurred out for a reason, obviously.
Yeah.
For us to, they got what they wanted us to speculate. Oh, who's
Allie says
Yeah,
it
I
looks
don't
like a
know.
police jacket, and we're just kind of seeing what we want to see there. Maybe it's Hawkins. Well, here, you know what? You know what? I have Hawkins here too. I can pull up and see if he's wearing blue jeans or. Hold on, let me take this down.
I don't know. I just can't tell. To me, it didn't. To me, it looks like when I first saw the photo, it looked like a guy. It didn't look like a woman, but I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know.
Let me hold on. Gotta move this up.
Yeah.
Bear with me, everybody.
We're
cover
doing
all-
stuff on the fly.
We want to cover all the bases for you. We want to be that kind of show. Trying to step it up. Let's get it over. God, it was so far down the list. I need to move it all the fucking way to the top. There we go. Let's see there. Oh, that's... What have I done?
I don't know. What did you do?
I've lost it. There it is.
Just
I was
lost it.
moving the wrong one up like an idiot. Anything going on in that chat? Maybe somebody has something to say while I fuck with this. Wouldn't be surprised if Lori kills Corey in this movie. It would probably be ridiculous, but it could happen, yeah. There we go. There's Hawkins right there. Kind of has on a white t-shirt underneath there. But we can't see if he has on any blue jeans, sadly. But he does have on a white undershirt, so maybe, I don't know, maybe Lori rips his shirt open so she could try to save him. A lot of people do that. You see it, Jake? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, my bad. I clicked the, I clicked the wrong. Somehow I clicked my mic muted. I don't know how I did that, but sorry about that. Yeah, hold on.
He has on a white undershirt there, so maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think we're gonna be able to tell. I don't think we're gonna be able to tell. But it's.
All right,
you know,
enough
it's
of that. We went down the rabbit hole there.
We did. We.
But
I think, look, we're gonna have to wait and see. We'll have more to discuss after the second trailer is released.
oh, for sure, yeah.
And I think that'll be coming soon. I don't want to make any predictions or
And given
give
their
you a
track
date,
record,
because I don't know. Who the hell knows? We're gonna get something probably in September, obviously, because
yeah.
But I don't.
Given their track record, they may spoil who that is in the trailer. So, we'll probably find out soon enough.
Yeah.
All right, so should we see if anybody has any questions, anything you want to talk about before we wrap it up? I know we didn't want to go too long on this.
Have any questions? Let's take a couple questions and we'll wrap it up here.
I think we bookmarked it for 45 minutes, so we got about another nine.
Yeah, we did good.
So.
We're doing good. Let's see. Video Shop says, are these the same doors with the glass panes?
Yes, I believe they are. Let me put it back up.
Walks through.
Put it back up
trailer.
there. It does look like them. Yes, like the red house. That yeah, it does. I don't think I got a picture of that, but yeah, I have. Yeah, I didn't get that one. I'm sorry. I didn't cut up every piece of that trailer. I probably should have.
Yeah.
But I have most of it here.
It could be. I mean, and again, who knows what point that is in the movie? Is that early in the movie? Is that later in the movie?
I'm gonna say it's into the final act. I'm gonna say when shit hits the fan. So obviously somebody is coming in there to remember, because she's holding the gun. She has on the same outfit. See, I have it on here where she's pointing the gun. It's the same outfit. So I don't know. All right, I think we have one here. Byron Weaver. What if the finale takes place in Smith's Grove?
I think we've seen the last of Smith's Grove.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't come back up, but yeah, I don't think we're going to Smith's Grove. And we've talked a little bit about Glass Hill.
Yeah,
another kind of asylum.
Glass Hill, yeah.
I haven't heard too much about it. Since the screenings have taken place. There wasn't a lot that came out on it, so I don't know if that's been cut or what. So
yeah,
I don't know what they've done. They went back and did reshoots. I mean, there's obviously some kind of disconnect somewhere, and this thing's going straight to Peacock. So
and that's the other thing. Who knows what the reshoots entail and what parts of the movie were reshot, and
yeah,
obviously, the reshoots were a reflection of the bigwigs kind of test screening it themselves. So who knows?
Allie, I can't allow that talk on my channel. I can't read that. That's offensive, and I can't say that term. So I apologize. It's go Abs. Go Abs go.
So
yeah, I don't think we're getting too many questions. So
that's all right. I think we've covered it. What I want to tell everybody too is if you're, I mean, I think a lot of people in the chat are already subscribed, but if you've watching this after the fact, please subscribe to the channel. Help Bud out. He's just starting this channel out, and give him a like on the video. That helps helps out too. And if you're watching this after the fact, comment down below. Let us know what you think about these things that we've discussed. Let us know what you think about the release of it on Peacock and in the theater. Let us know what you think about the poster. Let us know what you think about that image we just talked about. Definitely. But yeah, I think we did a good job tonight, Bud.
Thanks,
Happy birthday, my man.
Thanks.
And
all right, Jake, you have a new video out on Chosen, about Chosen and Cobra Kai, which is coming less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, Cobra Kai will be out September 9th. I have a new video out on Chosen and his role in the first couple of episodes. So you can go check that out and go subscribe to my channel if you haven't. But Bud, thanks for having me on here, man.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you doing it.
I don't want to leave Byron Weaver hanging. He said, how would you guys feel if Halloween Ends sets up another movie? I find that highly unlikely at this point.
I don't think it's going to happen, Byron. They're really pushing home the fact that they are ending this movie.
Yeah, it's ends. It doesn't even say Halloween. It just says ends.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean the Halloween franchise will continue, but to this timeline,
yeah,
I think
for
it's
sure.
the end.
And I think it'll be sooner rather than later. I think we're gonna have to wait, 5 years or whatever.
Agreed.
I feel like, I think someone else probably needs to take a crack and quickly. I think we'll here in about another month or two, we'll be able to break it all down. David Gordon Green's trilogy, and I mean we'll take it all in one piece, and we'll determine whether it was successful or not.
Yeah.
From a Halloween fan perspective.
We
so
we'll
yeah,
find out shortly.
Yeah, so this Sunday we have Rob Zombie's Halloween trivia coming up. So be studying that. I think this one's going to be more fun than we think.
If you're a big Rob Zombie's Halloween fan.
And we're going to do that Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's right here on the Shape of Horror podcast. We'll be back next week for Fancy Talk. Again, it'll be the Shape of Horror podcast debut Fancy Talk
on
episode.
The Shape of Horror podcast.
Yeah.
That's
and I appreciate you guys letting me host these.
If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe with the notification bell turned on so you don't miss anything that Bud uploads or goes live or anything like that.
I did a video I put out last night about the radio tower. So if you haven't watched that, please go check that out. And then next week on Fancy Talk, top 10 Friday the 13th kills.
Yeah, it should be fun. Should be a lot of fun.
So Jake, I appreciate you joining me on to do this impromptu,
always,
man.
buddy.
It's awesome to
Always.
talk
Thanks for
Halloween
having
with
me.
you. Everybody in the chat, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate
Thank you guys.
And we're going to see you guys on the next one.